Do we blame Mandela for all the shortcomings of a democracy 24 years into a democracy? And I answer no.
How do we engage historically in a way that opens up a very productive intergenerational conversation in which I believe history is absolutely central, but a critical kind of history?
I come from the 1976 generation.
Yes.
Our generation was to fight for political freedom. The question we have to ask of the generation that exists today is, what is your struggle? What is your voice? What is your agency? What is the destiny you want to create for yourselves?
Our constitution has been amended over 17 times, telling us it is a living document. It's something we can still shape today. And that tells me that we're not closed off from doing something about it. The EFF said something interesting about this. This is an opposition party, saying that this constitution has actually given us a foundation to work with. They went on a study tour in Ghana, where the president does not answer questions in parliament. And you look at our vibrant parliament life, and you actually forget that the foundation is there.
And so we hang on to labels, we hang on to things that remind us of a glorious past. The past is gone. Make your present count today. Build the organizations you want. You have a constitution that guarantees you the right of assembly, the right of speech, and the right of association.
Part of what is good about this moment, part of what is good about the flawless generation, is that they have put certain questions on the agenda which we have been afraid to ask and confront in direct ways.
And looking at the topic about Nelson Mandela's legacy and leadership, and sort of how do you repurpose, certain aspects of his leadership into modern day issues. And I think the terrain of my struggle is the private sector. It has the boots on a lot of black necks right now. And I feel like a lot of people feel that is not part of the struggle that we're talking about.
I look forward to a generation that has understood mass struggle, understood that there's volatility, and understand that at the end of the day, the role of a political party and those in leadership is not to stay in power. It is to serve the people. If we could go back to those ingredients and those values that Mandela stood for, then we should be on the way forward.
If your only job is to make money, you won't be sustainable. You have to have another value system, another purpose in this country because of our context, beyond just making money and profit. And transformation has to have a more substantive, and that's something Mandela used to say all the time. What he hated was not white people, it was white domination and supremacy.
When Mandela spoke in a meeting, he normally spoke last. He didn't speak first. It was a servant leadership. And I think we struggle today. We're all struggling to find a Mandela, a new Messiah. Whereas if we look within ourselves, there's a Mandela within ourselves. If we find out who we are, then we achieve what is the meaning of our life, what is our purpose. It's the commitment we have to make generation by generation.
Sisebacha.